Tension is rising in the dispute over Brexit special rules for Northern Ireland again. Chancellor Olaf Scholz warned the British government on Tuesday against terminating the agreement. We have found a good way for Northern Ireland, and nobody should unilaterally override, break, or deal with the arrangement that we have agreed with each other in any other way, said the German Chancellor after meeting with the Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo in Berlin. It is a complicated issue that not only concerns EU-UK relations, but also peaceful development in the region. I think these are good relations that have been agreed with one another, he said. And similarly, De Croo said, if this agreement were to be revoked, then I believe the whole system would be revoked. And it is true, the whole withdrawal agreement would be gone, and the trade agreement. EU Commission Vice President Maroš Šefčovič made it clear that renegotiating the so-called Northern Ireland Protocol from the Brexit agreement is not up for debate. The EU agrees on this, said Šefčovič on Tuesday, according to a statement. He also warned London against taking unilateral steps. The protocol is an integral part of a positive and stable relationship between the European Union and the United Kingdom, according to Šefčovič. Brussels is open to further negotiations on the implementation of the agreement. For this, however, it is necessary for London to show the same degree of determination and creativity. The Irish government in Dublin also addressed warning words to British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Tuesday. Deputy Prime Minister Leo Varadkar told Irish broadcaster RTE that it was an international agreement or contract. London must meet its obligations. The chair of the Internal Market Committee in the EU Parliament, Anna Cavazzini, said breaking the agreement contradicted the wishes of the people in the north of the Green Island. As the newspaper Times reported, London wants to override the agreement known as the Northern Ireland Protocol in the Brexit agreement. Secretary of State Liz Truss no longer sees any point in negotiations with the EU, the paper wrote. Rather, she wants to lift all goods checks between Great Britain and the north of the Emerald Isle. There was initially no confirmation of this. In the event of a unilateral termination, observers fear a bitter trade war between London and Brussels. Well, trade war, there will be no contracts, that's it. For Johnson, the continued escalation of the tariff dispute with the EU is a diversionary maneuver from his domestic political misery after party scandals and the poor performance of his party in local elections. That's what Cavazzini rightly told the German press agency. She warned that the EU should not fall for this trick. And there she is right. The Northern Ireland Protocol is intended to avoid controls and checks at the border with EU member Ireland and to prevent new conflicts between supporters and opponents of the unification of the two parts of Ireland. Goods must now be checked when they are brought from Great Britain to the north. Union supporters fear it will lead to alienation. A spokesman for Johnson said after a meeting between the Prime Minister and Irish Prime Minister, the Taoiseach Micheál Martin, that the situation was very serious and endangered the peace agreement of 1998 known as the Good Friday Agreement. Johnson had signed the agreement himself and initially sold it as a great success. After his election victory at the end of 2019, however, he began to question the agreement. Last week's elections to the Northern Ireland Assembly showed that the protocol in its current form was unsustainable. That's what the spokesman said, but it's not true. However, a majority of newly elected Northern Ireland MSPs support the deal with the EU, as do most of the people in Northern Ireland. The dispute is also hampering government formation in the former Civil War region. According to the Good Friday Agreement, the strongest parties in each of the two religious groups must agree on a unity government. The Protestant Unionist DUP only wants to work with the Catholic Republican election winner, the Sinn Féin, if the protocol is repealed. That's a ridiculous request. Johnson intervened in the debate for the first time on Tuesday and spoke to Northern Ireland's top politicians on the phone. DUP boss Jeffrey Donaldson then urged the British government to take decisive action. Words alone did not resolve the dispute, he said. And Sinn Féin lead candidate Michelle O'Neill, on the other hand, urged Johnson to put pressure on the DUP. A government urgently needs to be formed, she tweeted. The people of Northern Ireland should not be used as a scapegoat for the dispute between London and Brussels. And I have to add, Northern Irish people shouldn't be used as a toy for more votes in England for the Tory party. And the DUP, I don't know where they are still stuck in their minds in history, but they urgently need to come to reality. The same goes for the TUV, by the way. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.